rsrlinks.com/keysteps. That's rsrlinks.com/keysteps. Your employer just moved you from a W-2 to a 1099. Same job, same paycheck, different tax form, and now your lender is telling you to come back in 2 years before you can buy a house. That is wrong. And that bad information is costing people their homes. I am Ron Siegel, certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Here's what's going on out there, and it is happening to all kinds of people. More and more employers are moving their W-2 workers over to 1099 contractor status. The reason? The employer doesn't want to pay matching Social Security. They don't want to pay benefits. They don't want to pay unemployment taxes. So they sit their employee down and say, hey, same job, same schedule, same paycheck, but starting Monday, we're going to call you a contractor. Same person, different paycheck. And here's where it gets messy. That employee walks into their bank to buy a house, and the loan officer pulls up their file and says, well, you're self-employed now. We need 2 years of tax returns. Come back in 2028. That is the old rule. But that rule is built for a real self-employed person. Somebody who runs a business, somebody who has overhead, inventory, write-offs, real expenses. That is not what is happening here. This is an employee who had their tax form switched on them. They do not have overhead. They showed up to work. They use the employer's equipment. They do the same job they did last week, and they go home. Nothing comes out of their pocket. So we built a loan for this exact situation. I call it a day one 1099 loan. Day one, not 2 years from now, not 12 months from now, day one. Let me walk you through what it looks like in real life. Take an anesthesiology tech last year. He moved from one hospital to another. At the old hospital, he was W-2. At the new hospital, he's 1099. He'd been on the new contract for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. His base income was $30,000 a month with mandatory overtime that pushed him close to $46,000. We did not even touch the overtime. We just used his base $30,000 a month and got him approved. 6 weeks on the job, and he bought his home. Here is why it works. Most 1099 loan programs take a big chunk of your income off the top and call it expenses. 50%, 10%, something. Because the assumption is you're a business, and a business has costs. The day one 1099 loan does not do that. If your contract says you have no out-of-pocket expenses, or we get a letter from your employer saying you have no out-of-pocket expenses, we count 100% of your income, all of it, just like we would if you were still on a W-2. Now listen, this is not just a medical field story. This is where we see it most often. Traveling nurses, physician's assistants, ER doctors, anesthesiologists, physical therapists, radiology techs. But this is happening everywhere. Tech workers, consultants, sales reps, truck drivers, warehouse managers, delivery supervisors, even office workers at small companies. If your employer decided to reclassify you as a 1099 contractor for tax reasons, and you're still showing up and doing the same work at the same place, this loan is built for you. You can qualify right now. And if you were W-2 before and you want to use the day one 1099 loan, we do pull one form of 4506 just to confirm your prior income lines up with what you're making now. That's the only extra step, and it is a simple one. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. The 2-year rule you are hearing from other lenders is not a law. It's an old assumption that does not fit your situation. You are the same person doing the same work, earning the same paycheck. You are just paying taxes differently now. That should not cost you a house. If that is, or if that is someone you love, your first stop is rsrlinks.com/keysteps. We will sit down on a Zoom, look at your situation, map out what the path looks like. And if you're already out shopping for homes and you want to walk in with a real strength behind you, go to rsrlinks.com/certified buyer, rsrlinks.com/certified buyer, and let's get you positioned to win. I am Ron Siegel, your certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Thanks for listening to the Mortgage 101, brought to you by rsrlinks.com/keysteps. That's rsrlinks.com/keysteps.